boom, 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 boom. Welcome back to Munchkin Reviews. Hey, that actually sounds pretty nice. I'm gonna use that. Munchkin Reviews. How does that sound? Oh, sorry. But anyways, so we're back with another video, not ranking, but like talking about the last three movies, or whoa, the next three movies of the Mission Impossible series. And we're starting off with Ghost Protocol, or Mission Impossible 4, IMF 4. I really enjoyed this one. I feel like these next three movies have a theme going on, or like they have a running how do I say it? They have like a story. They have an actual a direction. They have a direction of what their next three films are going to be like. Let me just go back a bit. So like, cause like the last four movies are like the last three movies, it didn't feel like they had something going. So like the first movie, they were like, oh, action, pow, pow, pow. But the second one is like, oh, pow, 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 pow. But in the third movie, it's like, oh my god, pow, 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 pow. And it actually feels real. It actually feels down to ground, like how the first one did. However, I really enjoyed this one. I thought this one was really good. When I first watched it, and I'm now rewatching it, I felt like, dude, they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were cooking, and it came out beautiful. It came out like a nice ribeye on my plate, and I was there to eat it because it was delicious. Just put it with some, baste it with some butter and some thyme, and it was just delicious. But anyways, we're getting off topic. I thought it wasn't that bad. I felt like the villain was okay. It's Vigo from John Wick, Oh my god, that's another movie that I really like. John Wick. That could be a movie review. Well, that'll be next film. But anyways, I really enjoyed this one. I thought this one was a lot more better than I felt like it was. So like I felt like the last few movies were chopping, just like it's like a serrated knife cutting a bread. That's how it felt. But like with this one, it was like cutting butter, and it's like nice and like it's like they knew what they were doing. And I feel like it doesn't get that much hype about it because these three movies are so fucking good. Like the last three movies, they're a little rocky, but like these next ones, they're like, oh my god, we know what we're doing. But it is. I'm just talking now. But his hair is back. His long hair from the second movie, but a little like it looks actually real. For the one in the second movie, it was okay. But in this one, it actually feels a little bit more real, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was really good. Villain was a little lackluster because I feel like we got off the hype train from Patrick Seymour Hoffman, and he was like the GOAT. He was awesome. And then we got this guy who's not really a villain, but he is because he doesn't really feel like a threat, but he is. Like he's just the guy who pushes the button for the bomb, but he's not really the guy who made the bomb. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but like I don't know. It's just weird. But I thought like I said, the villain was a little lackluster. We get introduced, or last movie we got introduced Benji. Now he's a field agent, so we got more to work with this character. Luther's not in this movie as much. Jeremy Renner's in this movie with Paula Patton and that's it. Because I was thinking, I was like, wasn't there another guy? But that was the last movie. Yeah, so I thought it wasn't that bad. It was a really good story. So basically, the Russians, their whole the Kremlin, it blew up. I think it was the Russians. Hopefully, I'm not wrong. Hopefully, if I'm wrong, then I'll edit it out. But anyways, so it blew up. I really like that where it shows where Benji and Ethan are they sneak into there, and then it just Benji uses that tech where it like kind of shows like a reflection of it, and I thought that was really cool. I thought the gadgets are improving people, and I love it. I really enjoy it because, you know, the face mask was awesome, but after the second movie, holy shit, I kind of got tired of it. Thank God they kind of toned it down last movie, but for this one, dude, it looks pretty good. So they're trying to like access some data for nuclear codes, and the bad guy ends up getting it first, and the whole IMF is like kind of under investigation. They're like, hey man, you did this, so they have to go under, the IMF has to go under Ghost Protocol, or like they have to go off grid, is what I was trying to say. I love the big scenes. I love the big action sets. I love the where he has to climb the wall. I've really enjoyed that. I really like Jeremy Renner in this one. I feel like he had a lot to do. The whole thing with his wife, okay, you didn't have to tie it in with Ethan Hunt's character, but yeah, I digress. I really enjoyed him in this one. Overall, it's a pretty good fun film, you know, big action piece. Yeah, so I would give this one a high 9. Okay, and for the next movie we have Mission Impossible 5. It's pretty good. I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed this one. So in the last one, we got no Luther. Okay, I was like, where the fuck is Luther? Where is he at? But we ended up getting him in the last scene. Okay, doesn't justify that he wasn't in the movie the entire time, but okay, it's alright. In this next movie, it's kind of like a sequel to that film, but it sets up a new villain. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it wasn't bad. I definitely liked the last one a little bit more, but only because like I really like the Jeremy Renner. Hey, I said it right. Jeremy Renner. I really liked his character in the last film. How he had a lot to do. How he was like doing his cool little action pieces. But in this one, he hardly does anything. He doesn't really do much. Only because like I feel like there's something for him to do, but he's not really gonna. He's like kind of held back to do like the court stuff for with Alec Baldwin. I like Alec Baldwin. I think he's a pretty good character. He's pretty threatening, but nothing too crazy. I feel like that's my only gripe. I didn't like that they built him up to be this cool character last film, but then he's not really. So that's my only gripes about it. I really enjoyed him going off grid. We finally get introduced to my favorite character, which is Ilsa. I really love Ilsa. Ilsa is my favorite, dude. I cannot tell you. I simped for her. Like I know they brought in Julia. She was okay. I know they brought in what was her name? What was her name from the second movie? They brought in Nia, and then they brought in Jim Phelps, like his wife. Not my favorite. But for Ilsa, dude, I'm telling you, she is so beautiful. She is so freaking gorgeous. And for that, that is not my only reason I like her. I just feel like they put in all of Jeremy Renner's character into her, because holy shit, her action pieces, like, dude, she knows how to fight. She knows how to. She's like a duplicate of Ethan Hunt. Like, she just knows how to use a gun. She knows how to do everything he can, and she has training for it. And I like it. I really enjoy it. And honestly, I really enjoyed her character, because in the later films, dude, I'm telling you, she's pretty awesome. She's pretty cool. I like that they brought her in. She does a lot in this movie. She's undercover for this kind of like this guy who talks like this. Hello, Ethan. How can you hear me? I don't know. I don't know why he talks like that, but maybe that's just the way the actor talks. He's a pretty good villain. He strikes He strikes a villainous kind of tone, but he's not really much of a threatening tone, if I were to say. Like, so, like, the last villain, like I told you about, like, Viggo, I'm gonna keep calling him Viggo because that's what I know him from Jurassic Park, John Wick. But anyways, Viggo, he's like, he barely even had a presence in the movie. Like, all he did was just basically shoot, miss, and that's it. For this one, I feel like he kind of had a little bit more to do with, and he was a little bit more striking, and he was like, just like, hello, Ethan, this is your IMF team, pow, pow, pow. And I don't know, dude, like, bro, come on, man, you gotta speak up, man. But yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed this film. I thought like the time jump, I did not like that as much. It was okay, like where he has a beard, but then the next scene he has like no beard. What was the big stunt in this one? I feel like the big stunt was, the big stunt was him holding onto the plane. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was really awesome. I thought it wasn't bad. And Alec Baldwin is introduced in this one. I liked it. I thought it was pretty fun. So the story in this one is basically there's like an anti IMF, meaning like there's like the IMF, which is like kind of like the good guys, and like, you know, they do their own Mission Impossible stuff. And then there's the anti-IMF, where they're like, we're the bad guys, we're the syndicate, we're gonna pow, shoot everybody. And I feel like they could have done more with that. They could have done, like, we're the anti-Ethan, you know, like we're I feel like they like, what I'm trying to say is, like, I wish they had like more to indulge in their, like, they give them their own characters, you know, like for us to follow, instead of just being that one, hello Ethan, you know. So I feel like that it was a little lackluster in that part, but I really enjoyed I myself, I just love the whole movie overall, because it's I feel like I binge watched this movie, and I just watched, after watching the second one, I feel like that's what I'm comparing it to now, or the third one, because what I'm comparing it to. But I feel like this whole movie is pretty good, pretty solid. Like, everyone trying to kill Ethan, everyone on the hunt for Ethan, and you know, he's just gone rogue, and everybody's gone rogue. I really like the character of Benji, though. He's his little character, his character arc, and he's like, oh my gosh, he's like, you know, he's more in depth of a character, meaning like he's more turning into like the actual friend, and him and Luther are actually becoming friends with Ethan. And I like that Luther, Jeremy Renner, and Benji are finally kind of like meshing well together. They're kind of, I really like that from the last movie, since Luther was not hardly in that movie. Luther, he's like, hey guys, I don't know you guys, you know, I like, you know, I don't take orders from you guys. I don't even know you guys. I really like that they didn't leave that, like, skipping movies, or like they did that little time jump. I like that they didn't like, oh my gosh, me and Luther are big buddies now. You know, like, I like that they show that in the movie of them finally getting along. I like that they're finally kind of meshing well together, and that's something I like. So this movie, I would give it a, it's gonna go on a good 8, an 8.5. No, I'm gonna bring it down to an 8. I really enjoyed this film, but I didn't feel like it was a crazy action set piece. I think it's gonna go down into an 8. So in the next following film, we have the greatest film of all time for the Mission Impossible franchise. That is, okay. You know, I'm not saying that it's the greatest film. You know, I have better films than this. But it's gotta be Fallout. I really, really enjoyed Fallout. Fallout was my shit when I first watched it. My dad took me and my brothers, or I think he took my brothers, I don't know, but we went to go watch this film. Oh my lord, I fucking loved it. I loved, Henry Cavill's like, Papa! Dude, I didn't even expect Henry Cavill to be this fucking John Lark kid, or I didn't expect him to be this threat, I like that they killed off Alec Baldwin finally. Well, no, not finally, but like it just with the past movies, Lawrence Fishburne, Anthony Hopkins, and just those two, Anthony Hopkins and Lawrence Fishburne. They never return. They never ever bring them back. It was gonna be the same with Kittredge, but he ended up returning in the next movie. But it's just these two films, or they finally like connected it, and I'm like, oh my god, thank God they did not freaking recast Alec Baldwin's character, because I really thought he was okay in this one, but I feel like they gave him a lot more to do, only because Jeremy Renner's character was not in this one. Because I feel like that was a presence that... Okay, so back to my Ghost Protocol. I feel like the presence of Luther was really, really lacking. I feel like there was not really anything going on without Luther. I feel like there was something that I was like, damn, something's missing, and that was Luther. So... going back to this, I feel like the thing that was missing was Jeremy Renner. I feel like they could have added something, but then watching this film as a whole, I feel like I was asking myself, where could they have put him? Where could they have kind of inserted him, And, I like that they kind of brought in Henry Cavill for this. I really enjoyed that they brought back Ilsa. They brought back the villain from the last movie. I like that. Dude, this man, he had no hair. He looked like a baby's bottom last movie. And this one, now he looks like literally like beard everywhere. Ethan Hunt, he's like having flashbacks or he's having dreams of like nuclear explosions in his dreams with getting married with Julia Roberts. And, well, Julia Roberts is... what the fuck? Not Julia... Julia is back, and I like that Julia's back. But I also don't like it, because I'm like, dude, you just literally told us in the fourth movie that, she was presumed dead because, she wasn't gonna return. I thought she wasn't gonna return, but they ended up bringing her back for this one. I thought it was okay. I didn't like that the end was a little... Like, why did she have to be there coincidentally? Well, I think it was explained that, Henry Cavill's character, John Lark, was like, making it be there because, like, he knew where she was because he was kind of like a part of the syndicate. I really like the whole syndicate plotline from the last movie and the plotline from the fourth movie is all kind of like it's like its own little trilogy, and I really like that. I felt like there was exposition and it fit well with the story, that there wasn't too much in this one. Oh, I do like Vanessa Kirby in this. They bring her back in the next one. I really like that. But overall, and also, I don't know if anyone caught this, but her character, this is big discovery for me. From the first movie, that lady on the train with where she was doing the deal, her name is Max, right? Keep that in mind. In this movie, she's making like some speech. She's like, "Hey, this is dedicated to my mom, Max." That was the lady. That character of Vanessa Kirby's character, she was Max's sister, daughter, mother. Vanessa Kirby is the daughter of Max. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that they kind of tied it a little together, and I like that it was all a little connected there, and I really enjoyed that. But other than that, I really enjoyed this whole story. I really enjoyed Alec Baldwin. Okay, let me retract that real quick. I did not like his little taking the gun, and he's like, "Hope you didn't like that, didn't you?" And his little weak punches with Henry Cavill, he's like. It reminded me of the guy who was punching the window, who it was like all over TikTok, where he's like just punching the window. It was just hilarious. I don't know, like it was like 100% effort but 0 damage. So I don't know. But anyways, the way he went out kind of was like I was like, what the fuck. But Ilsa's back, and I felt like she had a lot to do in this one. And Henry Cavill's character as a villain, thought it was tremendous, great. I really enjoyed it. I feel like his character, Patrick Seymour Hoffman, his character, insane. I feel like they kind of like almost there, but you know, it was pretty cool. I like the little action set piece at the end with the whole the airplane, and they were like. I like that they made him climbing the mountain like he did in Mission Impossible 2. And I really enjoyed this whole little, like, it felt like the end right here. It felt like a homage to the past 6 films, you know, him climbing, the big action set piece, him flying the helicopter, and overall, it just felt like the end for this franchise. And I feel like that's where they should have left it. But, you know, I'm always down for another Mission Impossible as the next guy is. But overall, I feel like these last 3 movies, insane. Absolutely done. Oh wait, I forgot to rank it. Mission Impossible Fallout, I will put it at a solid 9. 9.5. There we go. And overall, this last 3 movies, probably my favorite. I hope you all enjoyed my little overview and my kind of ranking system of this, and I really enjoyed making these videos, so I hope you all are down for the next 2 movies, the last 2 movies, which is Dead Reckoning and Dead Reckoning Part 2, but just Final Reckoning now. It's supposed to be the last movie. It's not the last movie. I'm telling you, it is not the last movie. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, you know, like, we're like the how do I say it? We're the,